Alrighty, folks. We're getting into this next awesome match of the Eagles. Madison Eagles versus the Franklin Shogun. Thank you all for being so darn patient with us as we get into this match. We got a lot of players playing virtually today on this beautiful day. We do have a small substitute as Ghost is coming in. Usually we would normally have Plurp coming in first, but Ghost is going to be our substitute instead. And so we have Captain Calamari, Phantom, Dominate, Lunar Eclipse, Waspies, and Ghost. And so actually, one of the neat things is a lot of our players actually have the same gamer tags, as you'll notice. So only Waspies and Ghost are the ones with different gamer tags than what is displayed on screen. So, but you might be familiar with Ghost XPL1, and you might be, and then we got Connor off a lot of vacations coming out, so a lot of players kind of being out on their own. And so right away we see Ghosts in this position that we saw last game. Immediately coming through on that Junkrat, but this time around it does look like the Franklin Shogun are not gonna have it, but Ghost able to get a couple eliminations off with the help of Dominate on that Sigma. That's a big play, a big AoE damage coming from both sides, the Junkrat as well as the Sigma with those little black hole balls. Double shield comp as well, big accretion coming out. A lot of damage coming out, but Maiko is able to get that quick elimination. Dominate has to retreat, as well as the rest of the team. Where is the Marvels? The Marvels not able to finish this off, it looks like. And Captain Calamari coming back from spawn. Comes back, gets the... Oh, not from spawn, from a resurrection. And that's going to mean that able to dish out a lot more damage. Does look like Waspy is the last one on the point, contesting and stalling the point best he can, but has to retreat quite a bit. Uses that teleport to get away and just barely gets eliminated. And it doesn't look like the Marvels are, or the Eagles are going to be able to touch finally. But no, Phantom coming in, able to touch at the very last second, but that objective is slowly being captured. 5 minutes now on the timer. Eagles are not looking too hot here against the Franklin Shogun. Captain Calamari going down pretty quickly. Dominate out in a bad way. Has to use the black hole to kind of survive and absorb a lot of damage. Window coming through. A lot of ults coming out from the Franklin Shogun. Is it going to be enough? But Lunar Eclipse responds with her own ult as well as a great Riptire coming out from Ghost to cancel out Glassman's High Noon. Looks like Captain Calamari is in a bad way, not able to deal with the onslaught, as well as a Diva Bomb coming out. Gets Phantom out of the way, but Sigma ult, Graviton Flux, 3-person Earth Shatter. This is not looking good for the Eagles. Waspies again, last person on point, gets the Death Blossom out, but that defense matrix is strong with that Death Blossom, and these respawn timers coming up. Captain Calamari assisting Waspies, gonna be able to recapture that objective. But with all of that in mind, it's not looking too great for our heroes, as that fight was a toughie, and with 4 minutes remaining, it might not get any easier. And so now we see the Franklin team coming back up, using the high ground. Fortunately, Phantom was the only one up there, and that high ground is going to allow them to dish out a lot of damage, especially with that Baptiste amplification matrix. Lunar Eclipse trying to get that res off, just not finding it. But a Riptire coming out, the Blizzard just is too much for the Riptire and goes down. Ghost going down as well. Dominate nano boosted, but is it going to be enough? Gravitic Flux coming out, finds a lot of players, gets a lot of damage through, but the Lucio on the Franklin team is going to deny a lot of damage through. Waspy's not having a good time. Glassman gets the Deadeye through. As that is going to be the Eagles team. The Shogun coming up and showing us off as the Eagles go down pretty swiftly against the Franklin Shogun.
Initiating match.
So now it is up to the Eagles now to try and come back and try to put up as much of a fight as the Franklin Shogun did. It's going to be pretty tough for them, I would imagine, as Shogun put up a pretty decent fight. 3 minutes almost remaining on that timer as they did full cap both objectives on this 2CP map. Hanamura.
Ready for battle.
And so we'll see what they can do here. You know, we are in the second week, so I think we're still in the phase of working out new team kinks. And so in addition to that, I mean, these players are going back and forth between teams. We had our Madison area youth esports championship as well. Oh, it looks like Ghost unfortunately did suffer a disconnect. And so we're going to try to get that set back up for him as he gets back in. If we can invite him back. Looks like there might have been a strange disconnect. It looks like he is back, though, as we have him invited. And so, should be coming right on up here. As we now go out of the pause, get Ghost back in. Like there was just a little bit of a hiccup. And so we're watching here Captain Calamari on that Reinhardt. And so what was I saying? New team kinks. And I think that's where the Eagles are a little bit still. We want to see a lot more coordination coming from the team. And we see immediately, you know, we had a lot of different changes. Captain Calamari holding that shield, automatically getting destroyed. That's not going to be good. Needs to hold that shield so that health can come back. But the res is there to kind of make sure that small little mistake doesn't go too far. Eagles, oh, Waspy's going in, neat, but unfortunately, getting 2 eliminations off might be enough, as now Ghost is on against Blinksy on that Mei. It's going to be pretty tough. A lot of fights coming out. But it looks like the Eagles are starting to hold their own. Need to get this Baptiste off. They do get the Baptiste. And now they need to get the Reinhardt. And they do get the Reinhardt. And with that, they're going to take that first. Oh, never mind. Looks like they're able to touch. And with the Lucio on point, that's going to be pretty tough for them. He's very, very mobile. And the team is coming back from their respawns. The Franklin team is. And so the Eagles need to keep them down as they're trying to stall. They need to converge and demolish. And with that, it looks like they were just able to do that. But Blinksy, again, coming on point, using that ice block to stay alive and touch that point. Trying to stall as much as possible. But we do see now Dominate on that Diva, making a little bit of space, keeping them through. Is now going to go on the flank here with Ghost. A lot of ults up for the Marvels, holding that strong. So we'll see if they're going to be able to use these effectively as the Lucio ult comes out through. Lots of ults coming through. Gets 2 from Dominate on that Diva bomb, but the High Noon coming through. Gains 4. That's not looking good for the Eagles. Dominate is the last one alive. A lot of ults used by the Eagles, but a swift Deadeye comes through and cancels out any advantage that they had, as 4 whole eliminations was placed on that Deadeye. Not something you like to see. That's why you don't want to be hoarding all of these ults. You want to at the very least be aware of where their ults are. And now the Franklin Shogun have a lot of ults in response. Riptire coming out as the ults come through. Not going to be enough because of the Baptiste, as well as a lot of ults being used by the Franklin Shogun. Dominate and Ghost are on the point, though. And they're going to have to retreat. A little bit of a trade there we saw. Now we're going to be looking at the ultimate usage here. Dominate, Lunar Eclipse, and a little bit of Ghost here are very somewhat close to their ult, where Maiko on the Diva is the only one that has their ult, and possibly an Earthshatter coming out as well. Gonna find a quick elimination onto that McCree, denying any high noon. And now the Eagles are coming through, but unfortunately a lot of eliminations out onto that Phantom, on that Lucio, bouncing around, keeping the team alive. Big Diva Bomb coming out from Dominate, but is it going to be enough? Finds the Shogun, as well as a Death Blossom coming out from Ghost. Gets eliminated, but finds 2 in the process. Dominate is the last person on point. Captain Calamari coming back from point. Needs to get in and start swinging. Has to find some eliminations. Cannot be shielding here. Needs to start swinging that axe so that he can find some eliminations. Now with no shield, it takes a lot of damage there. And now the team has to retreat a little bit. It looks like we do have another DC coming out from Waspies, as we have a couple different issues. We're going to get that resolved really quick. I don't know why we're having so many technical issues on this game. As now I cannot invite them because they are out. Looks like they're not able to be invited right now. Looks like we do have a small issue here. We're going to come right back as we check in on this. Stick around for just a second as we try to resolve this issue here. Thank you for being so patient. We'll be right back. All right, we're back in it. Sorry about that, folks. Looks like we got Waspy's back. And with 2 minutes remaining. And so now, at this point, the Eagles are down on time. Down on time as they are, 2 minutes versus 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes. And so now ults are being used, a lot of ults being used. Captain Calamari does find a huge Earth Shatter, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Rezzed off by Lunar Eclipse as a big Dominate Diva Bomb coming out. Demolishes the thing from Baptiste, the lamp. But a high noon coming out. Where is it coming from? Oh, Dominate's able to eliminate it before it. And with that, that's a team kill. That could be it. As now, they just need to finish it off. That's two. That's that. That's that. Only issue. There isn't a big issue here. 2-2, tied up. We're going to go into a final round. Eagles only have a minute and a half, and the Shogun have almost 3 minutes. So whatever the Shogun does in their 3 minutes, the Eagles have to match in half the time. This is not an easy feat. As now, there's a lot on to stake here. So the Eagles need to really hold on tight. Actually, they're attacking. No, they're attacking. It looks like. Never mind. The Eagles need to push as far as possible. Like, Eagles trying to find it a little bit here. And so now we're watching Captain Calamari here. As they're ready to push through. Dominate on that high ground. Captain Calamari holding that shield, pushing through with the help of the Lucio speed boost. Needs to commit to something here, as now the Franklin team coming through gets the stun out. Franklin does invest a immortality field, and so that's going to be a big swing for them. We do see Lunar Eclipse on the back end somehow. Not sure what that was about. Kept the healing down, and now with no healer, going to be pretty tough. Dominate, finding elimination out onto them. The Eagles need to commit to something here. Need to push through. Go team, let's go push through. Push, push, push. Come on, and now, there we go. Lucio all coming out, so it's going to allow them to come through. Ghost coming through with a ripped tire. Finds one on the Blinksy. That's going to be a swing into their favor. As now Captain Calamari charging in with the rest of the team all together onto that point with the bell. Going to be able to capture this objective, at the very least dominate, making space at the end there. At the very least, they're going to be able to hold that objective and capture that first one, giving them a little bit more time. Only slightly, though. 40 seconds. Dominate going around. Rest of the team coming through as well. Looks like, though, the Shogun are going to be ready here as they come through. Couple ults in favor of the Shogun as a Baptiste Amplification Matrix with the Fire Strike. You hate to see it. That powerful strike through. Dominate, though, on that side. We'll see how much the Eagles can stall with their 15 seconds remaining. We see Waspy's on that high ground. Could possibly get the Deadeye if he survives. But unfortunately, that Maiko on that Diva is going to throw two. Dominate with a huge Diva Bomb. Finding one as well as the Immortality Field. Going to stall it off as the team comes through. The Deadeye, though, from the Franklin Shogun, going to be huge. As now Ghost is the last one on point, able to touch for the very time being. And with that, that's going to be the round. Ooh. Eagles. Oh, finds the Deadeye in the end. Not going to make a difference after the round is over. And so with that, holy moly. Eagles now on the defense, looking to full stop them here.
Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So now the Eagles on the defense. 3 minutes on the timer for the Franklin Shogun. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough. As now the Eagles are going to be looking to full stop the Franklin Shogun from even capturing that first objective. Because if they do, that's going to be the round, I believe. Because whatever the objective time that they got on the second objective was not a lot. We didn't see them, the Eagles, capture even the first objective. A huge anti-nade, though, coming out from Phantom. They're touching the point as a little bit of a split comes out, but just as that McCree is going to go very quickly down to them. We see Ghost able to hold the tide, at least for the time being, as he sets up in that one spot that was so effective. But it looks like the team is getting through, so Ghost unfortunately goes down even to the McCree. 3 players, 4 players down. Dominate Team X. It's not looking good. Oh, and the Eagles are gonna go down pretty quickly. An unfortunate turn of the tides for them. They're just not gonna be able to finish it off. Lunar Eclipse gonna try to touch, but just not gonna be able to find it.
Objective lost.
Gonna have to retreat here.
Objective B.
This now, it does look like the Franklin Shogun do need to capture that first checkpoint. But again, that is not going to be too difficult, especially seeing how they did there. A stun grenade coming out onto Dominate. Needs to retreat here. But Waspies is in a bad way, just barely managing to survive with the help of some heals. A Riptire coming out from Ghost. Is it going to find? It's huge! It's 4! As well as a team kill coming out from the entire team. Wow. Ults, looking at ults now. Dominate has a Diva Bomb. It's going to mean a big swing them. Hopefully Waspies is calling out the swap here. As a Diva Bomb comes through. Gonna at least draw their attention and bait out the Immortality field. It's gonna be very useful there. Ghost getting an elimination onto Glassman. That's gonna be big. We see Glassman is very strong. The Dragon Blade coming out, but the Lucio ult, the beat coming through. Earthshatter coming out as well. A lot of eliminations coming out, a lot of trades, a lot of swinging. Waspies is on the point, jumping around, trying to survive. It looks like Ghost does unfortunately go down as the Blizzard comes out. Captain Calamari does find a huge Earthshatter. Needs to survive there. Dominate with the Defense Matrix keeping the team alive. Captain Calamari is one of the last players on. And unfortunately, they not able to touch. And that first round is going to go to the Shogun.
Play of the game.
Glassman. I know what this is. This huge, massive Diva Bomb coming out from Dominate gets completely overshadowed by a 4-player eliminate. 4-player Deadeye on top of it. On 5th. 5 players did. Just able. It's Goes to show what good positioning will do for you. The Glassman was on that high ground, able to hold up a lot of position there. And just because of that awesome positioning coming from Glassman, allowed him to get this juicy Deadeye. And that's exactly what you like to see. These are gold players. And so playing that gold team it's going to be tough. Alrighty. We're going to be right back as we get ready for the next match. The second round of the Madison Eagles versus the Franklin Shogun. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stick around.
It's even balanced. You're doing great. Dominate, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Doing good.
Diamond, listen to his advice. He's giving good advice.
You know, Dominate, you're doing good on the diva, dude. Wide speed, Genji Man's a little bit hard, dude. I think you really needed a hit scan, to tell you the honest.
Alrighty, folks, we have swapped maps and are getting ready for. Ooh, and then I gotta swap sides. We're swapping sides. As now we have the team ready to roll on over. We're on the red side now. Horizon Lunar Colony, this is a tough nut to crack. And so, especially with the Eagles on the offensive first, that defense has proven to be quite difficult to crack. And so, basically what we're looking for is for the Eagles to be able to move on over to this high ground and be able to contest it. We saw it with the Marvels today, where they're able to take this room here and push on through up this objective so that they can contest in this room. And with a Reinhardt, as well as a Reaper and a Junkrat, that's going to be hopefully fairly easy for them. Dominate rolling on out. And so we see, unfortunately, it doesn't look like Captain Calamari did get, it looks like they're splitting up a little bit. Ghost is trying to get on that back line to try to contest their fight, but it looks like they're just going around and they're going to fight over at points. Maybe I misinterpreted this. So the Franklin team are still on the high ground, though, able to do that, but Dominate is pushing through. Ghost able to get the elimination off the Glassman that McCree has proven to be very difficult to deal with, and does it there just fine. And Dominate able to spin around on that little grappling hook, get a lot of eliminations through it. Just the supports remaining, but they are very sneaky supports indeed, and so they're able to stall quite effectively. And there you go. Now we get the eliminations, but the teams are coming back, so we're gonna have to make a little bit of space. Ghost gets the elimination on the Blinksy, and it looks like Glassman has to retreat. Dominate finding the elimination really quickly. Good coordination coming from them, as it like that. What I said at the beginning there, that is what you expect on this map. And it looks like the Eagles were like, oh, well, they expect us to go here. Let's go the way they don't expect us. And that's exactly what it is. So I was proven wrong here, as a Riptire is coming out and baits out that. Finds 3. That's going to be a big swing for the Eagles here, as now it's just a... Oh my gosh, what a kill. What a team kill. Shogun goes down. Frank, there is no players remaining. There's just a ball. They need to switch now to try to touch. But 2 checkpoints coming through. Captain Calamari with a huge Earth Shatter, denying them the space. Franklin not able to touch. The ball is moving around. A lot of players moving around. A lot of eliminations. The trap gets Glassman. Captain Calamari gets Blinksy. It's just this Wrecking Ball left, as well as the Lucio. Lucio goes down to Ghost. But it's just, oh, the Zarya bubble keeping that ball alive. It is pretty tough, but there's just a sliver remaining. The Franklin team are doing a fantastic job of stalling this point, but if they fall off at that point, Blinksy gets slapped. That's a huge sleep coming from Phantom. As another Riptire coming out from Ghost, it's gonna finish it off, and they're gonna take the round. Wowzers. Coming out from left field, the Eagles. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. What a swing for the Eagles here, as I'm baffled. After that first match, I was sure that the Eagles were going to lose at this match. Horizon Lunar Colony is very tough, as I said at the beginning. And with that, the Eagles were able to defy my opinion, because again, it's just my opinion. And they come back. 4 minutes on the clock. That's a big swing for the Eagles. We see a little bit of switching out too, as they set up for the defense. Dominate on Reinhardt, Captain Calamari on Diva. So kind of swapped roles here. Dominate's been usually this off-tank role, and Captain Calamari has been your main tank. But seeing that now, see Phantom on that Ana with that amazing position here. And so we see Ghost setting up on the aggression here, getting ready to counteract any push that they might have. But it looks like he's going to get pushed on by the Baptiste. Gonna suffer a duel, but hopefully some shots are going to be coming through, as now they get ready to come through that high ground. Like I said, that's the expected way to go, but they have a Reaper, they have a Reinhardt, but that May doing a lot of damage onto the Eagles line, as well as 3 eliminations. does look like Lunar Eclipse gets that res off, but only just. As now it's just Dominate. He's going to need to stall the point here so that they can get that respawn. Going to find the elimination there. Ghost flying in through. Going to try to stall as much as possible, but unable to do too much there. A very quick capture indeed. Just looks like they took that high ground objective and they weren't able to survive long enough. What is going on? Eagles now set up to roll. Waspy's on that Bastion now as a huge Earth Shatter coming out from Dominate. Gonna push through and allow to get through that that amplification matrix. High Tide coming through. Doesn't find it all the way. Glassman finds the elimination on the Dominate. Lunar Eclipse going to try to find the res, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. We see Ghost with that Riptire going to fly around, trying to keep it there. Captain Calamari and Ball. 3 on the Riptire, though. That's going to be a big swing. But eliminations are coming out from the Franklin team. Dominate, though, swinging their hammer with the amplification. That's the nano boost. I'm sorry. Gonna go through. Dominate now, playing an aggressive Reinhardt here, pushing through, keeping the team alive though is that Lunar Eclipse and Phantom. That's gonna be a big boon. Now looking at ults now, Diva Bomb and Earthshatter coming from the Franklin team, but Dominate also has an Earthshatter coming out through, so we're gonna see an exchange of ults as Maiko does come through, and unfortunately the shield gets going down as Dominate goes down, but the Earthshatter comes out. And no one is on the point to touch. As Ghost just able to barely touch, but that Reinhardt's going through. Phantom's trying to touch, but is not able to do it. Holy moly. It's going to go. That was neck and neck right there. 2 minutes and 15 seconds in favor of the Franklin Shogun, and 2 minutes, 15-second different. 15-second differential for the other teams here. I don't know what to call. I can't call it. It's so difficult to see what the heck is going on. As you know, it's anyone's game at this point. It really is. As I run into a wall. It really is anyone's game, and the Eagles and the Franklin team both playing their hearts out. And it looks like the Eagles are going to be on the offensive going into this round. It's anyone's game, just like I said. 2 minutes in both ways. We've seen both teams pull out some very, effective strategies. And so it's so hard to tell. It's extremely hard to tell who is going to be taking this. And we'll watch. We Dominate now on that Wrecking Ball. Calamari on that Reinhardt. A little bit of a split here, as now we follow up and see Ghost. Looks like he's able to lob some grenades through. Trying to get some damage to that shield. Oh, Dominate, though, able to knock him through. That's going to initiate a fight. Glassman's going to go down. A lot of eliminations coming through. A charge onto the Reinhardt, but the team is going to keep him alive. They need to keep capitalizing on this. Ghost goes down, but gets the elimination. Win his death. Dominate pushing through. Going to get the elimination possibly onto the Franklin Reinhardt. They are coming through into this point. But the respawns are coming as well from the Franklin team. And so they're slamma-jamma. Captain Calamari trying to swing, but has needs support from the team from that Mei. Maiko goes down. 60 seconds remaining. The Franklin team are able to stall this out pretty well, but a couple eliminations, and Mei is the last one on point. Just needs to finish this Blinksy off, and they do. And now the team are coming through. A quick charge on to Waspies, though. Unfortunate there, as a nano boosted Reinhardt's going to cause a lot of trouble, as well as with the Mercy ult. Captain Calamari's through, and the Dominate with the Minefield ult. It's going to be big. Huge Earth Shatter coming from the Franklin team, but is trapped, so can't capitalize. It's going to be a big swing. Dominate is able to survive this shatter, or the charge, As now we hear a Riptire coming through. Gonna find the Reinhardt. The high tide is gonna find one. Dominate is the last player alive on that point. Can he do it? Oh, now we just need the team to touch, and it doesn't look like they're able to. But coming out strong with the first checkpoint objective captured. Ooh, it's a tight game. It's a very close match. 41.4%. That is the number to beat. That is a number to get under, because the Eagles need to defend that point now to keep the team under. Let's see if they can do it. This is going to be a tough cookie.
Ready for battle.
And so now that Franklin are on the offensive, the Marbles on the defensive, or now the Eagles on the defensive. They're red and it looks like marbles. We'll see what they can do. This is going to be pretty tough. So Captain Calamari is going to say we're going to elect to hold this ground. I'm not so sure that they should be doing that. Waspies, though, on that Bastion. This could be a big play. Just looking at the composition of the Franklin Shogun, they're not too well equipped to deal with a Bastion in combination with the Junkrat. And so now the Junkrat, yep, is going to get found out. Going to get that bubble to keep him alive. Going to hold now. They're going to try to capture this high ground. We see Waspies needs to regroup here. Able to dish out a lot of damage on that Bastion. As a huge anti-nade coming out from them. Getting a lot of eliminations in favor of Captain Calamari. Finding 4. That's going to be a big swing for Captain Calamari. And gets a lot of eliminations there. Wow. What a swing there. Minute and a half remaining. As now Dominate pushing through. Using that shield to get a lot of charge. But more importantly, keeping the team at bay. Captain Calamari is on his own at this point, though, so could be pretty tough for him, as now he does need to retreat. It's hard to capture all of everything going on, but now the team is coming back. The Franklin team finds an elimination on the Captain Calamari. Dominate pushing through, though. Is it going to be enough? Now they're capturing the objective. They need to touch. Ghost is on the point with that Reaper. Hopefully he's going to be able to get that Death Blossom soon, but it looks like he switched not too recently. A huge Graviton Surge coming out from Dominate. Going to find them all on the point. Finding some eliminations from Ghost. 30 seconds remaining, and now it is at the point where they need to start removing the Franklin team from the objective and stay alive as much as possible. Waspy is finding a couple eliminations, finding a Riptire onto the team. 20 seconds remaining, though. A huge ult coming from Lunar Eclipse to keep that team alive and keep them going. That's a huge, big boon for Lunar Eclipse. And now Dominate is pushing up to try to make a little bit of space here. It's going to use that bubble to get some charge, but now the Franklin team are getting on that point. The bubble is going to deny it, but a huge Diva Bomb gets blocked off by Captain Calamari's Dying Witch. Ghost coming in with a 3-player Death Blossom. A res coming out from Lunar Eclipse onto Captain Calamari. That's going to allow them to get a lot of damage through. And with that, the Eagles look like they just need to get rid of Spiff. Gotta get Spiffy. Spiffy, gotta get him. And with that, the overtime timer is gonna go down, and the Eagles are gonna take the second round. Ooh, dang. That was a tough fight, but Ghost with a Riptire. Let's see which one. Holding that Riptire, keeping up on top. Gonna find, as they push now down, finds the 3 eliminations onto 3 of the most important characters of the game. very tight game indeed. Very close. We're going to get set up for the next round in just a moment, you guys. Ooh, it is neck and neck, 1-1. Eagles versus Madison Eagles versus the Franklin Shogun. What a ride it's been. And, you know, got one more match to go through. 6 o'clock. We're going all the way. Winner takes all in this next round. Let's get set up for that last one. We'll see ya in just a moment. Stick around. As you can hear, we are getting right into map 3. I gotta swap them sides here as we do not have any more time. We don't want to delay this any longer. Eagles, Madison Eagles versus the Franklin Shogun coming at ya. The winner takes all match. The Eagles have not seen a win yet. This is their second official match. But a win here for the Eagles is going to mean a lot. It's going to mean a whole bunch to their morale. It's going to mean a whole bunch to just a lot, right? Second match. Coming off of a loss. The win here is everything. And so they're playing strong, but Franklin Shogun are also giving it their all. Playing very hard. And with that in mind, you know, I don't know what to expect here. I don't. It could be a whole plethora of things, honestly. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's keep an eye out here for this. Eagles setting up on the high ground. This another 2 CP map. Paris is pretty tough, but they're gonna speed boost onto that. They're gonna try to come on in, but Captain Calamari going through gets down pretty quickly. Phantom though on the, it's a very tight quarter. It's very hard to deal with, especially with a Mei. But that Diva gonna come through and get a lot of eliminations. Oh, it's gonna be tough as now there's a lot of players down. Dominate's going down. Lunar Eclipses and Ghost. Last players on, as well as Phantom. It's going to be extremely tough. Phantom is just going to be on here. Going to try to get some damage in, possibly even stall. But not able to stall for too long as he gets quickly eliminated. Trying to keep them distracted best they can. But, ooh, Waspy's on that Reaper trying his darndest to get through. Is he going to survive now as he has to get through? Unfortunately, not able to. Just unfortunate timing. Just trying to touch in that very end. Just not able to do it. And now we see Captain Calamari battle the Reinhardt's. Got to back up. Gets that Mei wall. It's exactly the kind of use that you want to see of that Mei wall. Cutting off one player from the rest of the team, as well as a nano boosted Earth Shatter coming through. We do see Ghost with that the Riptire cancels out the Lucio ult. That's going to be a big swing, canceling out an ult, getting an elimination on the Glassman as well. The Eagles are contesting very hard, and it looks like they're going to be winning this fight and denying that first objective. So it's still going to be very tough. 5 minutes remaining in this second objective, as that first objective went very, very quickly. And so it's still anyone's game here. Just because they won that one fight off of the first objective cap doesn't mean anything, as now Waspies and Captain Calamari go down. Dominate gets a big Graviton Surge, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Finds 2 eliminations from the Deadeye. Dominate is the last player to touch. Captain Calamari coming back. Ghost almost has that ult. Or no, Waspies almost has that ult. We see Lunar Eclipse on that ult, though, is going to keep Waspies alive for the time being, but not able to finish it off. Lunar Eclipse trying to darndest to get that res through, doesn't find it. The Diva Bomb from the Franklin team gonna zone away a lot of the players, not able to make it through. Captain Calamari and everyone coming through a big Earth Shatter, not able to finish it off though. Ghost gonna, or not Ghost. Oh, gets the Death Blossom off, but the nano boosted Earth Shatter gonna push off Lunar Eclipse. Lunar Eclipse is able to touch though. It's going to at least stall them for the time being, and the Franklin team are going to take that round pretty darn swiftly. Full capping with almost 4 minutes remaining. We saw this the first round. Saw this the first round, but I think, you know, the Eagles are 2 rounds wiser and 2 rounds more rugged. But so is the Franklin team. It's so all up in the air right at this point. It's so hard to tell. It's really just hard to tell as both teams plan their darndest. Eagles could pull it out, especially looking at the composition even. Holding a pretty defensive composition here with Waspies on that Soldier. As well as, yeah, Waspies, Soldier, Captain Calamari, Arisa, XPL Phantom on the Baptiste. You know, it could go either way. Let's see. It really depends on how well they're able to come through this first objective. We can see if they can like snowball it out just ever so slightly. Coming up there on the high ground. Waspies getting quickly eliminated, unfortunately. And it looks like they're just not able to make as much headway as the Franklin team were able to that first time around. Sounds like both shields going down. Ghost trying to get the flank on them. As well as we see a little bit of push coming through. Dominate, though, gets cut off from the rest of the team by that May wall. Keeping the team going, though. They're going to push through Waspies. Dishing damage through that shield. Going to now elect to rotate around. Gets a huge rocket, Helix rocket on. Dominate's going to go down, though, to Glassman, unfortunately. But looks like the Eagles trying to commit, but just not able to finish it off as it looks like the Franklin Shogun coming through and just... It looked like kind of like the Eagles tried to ignore the Franklin Shogun just a little bit to try to touch that point and commit fully, but it wasn't exactly the kind of thing you want to do, as now they just were able to dish out enough damage to the behind that you just, even though you're committing, you're dying in the commitment. So you like to see the decisions being made quickly. That's going to be the difference between a pro level team as well and a average team. Baptiste window coming through, gets the fire strike through that. It's going to be a big swing. Captain Calamari does demech. Oh, unfortunately, Ghost goes down to the fire strike. Looks like they're starting to commit, though, as the Deadeye comes through. Lunar Eclipse and Waspies goes down to it, and with that, it looks like the rest of the team slowly coming behind. Captain Calamari gets pinned. Phantom is trying the darndest to keep that team alive, but as it is just himself, keeps that lamp open, doesn't find it. A minute, just under 2 minutes remaining in this match. Is not looking too great for our heroes. Dominate, though, does have the Earth Shatter. in his back pocket. If they're able to get up on that point, find a huge Earth Shatter, he's going to be pushing through. Ghost, though, with a 2-person Deadeye, or not, Death Blossom, going to find 2 and 3rd from Phantom, as now they have a chance to push through. Dominate with a huge Earth Shatter and a Fire Strike to boot. Going to need to shield that away, but 2 shields on the team is going to keep them alive. And it looks like a team fight won in favor of the Eagles. They need to make sure that they capture this before they touch so that they can get that extra time. Already they are on borrowed time here. But 3 now minutes added to the Eagles. They're able to capture this just as quickly. Well, a little bit more quickly. It could be pretty tough for them. There is a lot of ults in favor of the Franklin team, though, so the Eagles are going to be wise to try to be aware of that and make sure that they have a little bit of strength. And speak of the devil, a blizzard coming out, but that immortality field is going to keep them alive just for the time being. But a well-placed anti-grenade coming from the Franklin team is going to deny that heal and deny them the ability to survive. But look at that. Waspies, though, on the flank, gonna have to survive. Got a little bit of objective at the very least. Got a little bit of objective at the very least. Could be possible for a flank or a back cap if they're not the wiser. And so, I mean, ooh, here we go. Here we go. Coming into the flank, we got a soldier ult, attack visor, as well as a couple ults coming through, but ooh, a huge anti-nade coming out from the Franklin team, gonna deny a lot of healing from the Eagles, and Phantom unfortunately gonna fall through. They're gonna reset here as they invested a lot of ults, but Waspies wise to save that ult, not use it. Now we have 3, almost 4, almost 5 ults in favor for the Eagles, but looking at the Franklin team, a Lucio dropping the beat, gonna possibly void that, as well as with a Diva Bomb coming up soon. So that's gonna be pretty tough for them to keep an eye out for. We do need to keep an eye out for these teams, and Earth Shatter out for Dominate. They're going to be pushing on the flank here. Ghost coming through. Attack visor coming out. Going to find some damage through as there is a little bit of a splinter group. Dominate finding the Earth Shatter out. Ghost finding eliminations, as well as Lunar Eclipse finding the res off onto the fellow support. Going to keep the team rolling. Dominate is anti-nated, though. A huge Death Blossom coming through. Going to keep the team through. But the Franklin team are coming back from respawns as a Earth Shatter comes through. It's going to eliminate Phantom very quickly, but Ghost is there still. Going to use that Wraith Form. Lunar Eclipse last on there as well. Waspy's coming back from respawn. Ghost and Lunar Eclipse unfortunately go down, and it looks like Waspy is going to have to retreat for his life. And even then, it's not enough. 30 seconds remaining in the clock here, and it's going to be like one last fight here. The Eagles do not capture this objective. That's going to be the game for them, and so I'm sure they are raring to go as a Fire Strike goes through. A Diva Bomb as well. That could be pretty tough as the Bongo and the Lamp go down. Glassman finds an elimination on the Captain Calamari and Dominate. And well as the Deadeye coming through, possibly getting some damage in, but the res out. They need to touch in the 0.0 seconds. It looks like they were just able to touch. We see Waspies on that Doomfist, able to touch on the point there. And with that, that's going to be it. And the Eagles, unfortunate loss for them. The Shogun put up a darn good fight against the Eagles. Ghost with that amazing Riptire as always, getting that play of the game. That right there, that was what I was talking about. It even canceled the Lucio ult, getting the 2 supports, and now the team just gonna go down very quickly with the lack of supports and healing there. Great game from everyone. What a day. What a game. What a game. With that, that's going to be the wrapping up of our coverage for all of our games, actually, today at XPL Madison. I've been Cody. I appreciate you coming out. Tune in next week for more of the same. Got some awesome Fortnite, Overwatch, Rocket League games coming at ya in the next week. Next Saturday, we got the last game for the Fortnite season. So if you're interested in signing up for the next season, even shoot us an email, shoot us some, get in contact with us. Sign up for a free skills assessment to get you going on to that Fortnite season. We would love to have you. Overwatch is going strong. Rocket League as well, coming up very, very soon as the season is starting in 2 weeks. So keep an eye out for that as well. And with that, that is going to be the end of our coverage. Again, one last time, I've been Cody. It's been a pleasure casting all these games for you. Appreciate you all coming out and watching these kids play out their hearts. Tune in next week for more. I'll see you then.